Sup flappers. So right now for me, Genshin Impact, Kokomi's banner is gone. I think we're about to go into the update. So I also woke up this morning, kind of in a cold sweat, being like, oh my god, I forgot something. But I couldn't put my finger on what that is. All right, and I'm sure a lot of people, this has slipped through a lot of people's mind as well, because I simply don't see anybody talking about this. Granted, now that I think about it, this is old news, right? And what am I talking about? I'm talking about Aloy. Yes, you remember that character. Oh yes, the memory is starting to come back, right? Oh, Aloy, yes. PC players are about to get Aloy in the upcoming patch. Now, this should be happening within the next 12 hours. We should be getting the game back, getting into the game, and picking her up. Now, this is not a guide of any sort. I am just as confused and curious as I guess some of you guys, because being a cryo bow user, she does have Ganyu to compete with, as well as some powerful cryo applicators such as Rosaria and other strong cryo units like Chongyun and also even Kaya. So cryo isn't necessarily the element that needs a lot more units or variety. They all are already pretty much satisfied at this point. Even the useless slot, like I don't know, maybe a zombie child healer or something like that. I don't know. So looking at Aloy, I'm just a little worried, quite honestly. How is she going to come in and fill a need for players? Or is she just going to be more variety, which is all fine. She's free. There's no need to complain about it. But then again, building her isn't going to be free. So she might end up in a lot of people's game as just this trophy or this character that you have, but she'll permanently sit at level 1 because why would you ever build her? All right, so to re-jot your memories a little bit, let's go in and rekindle your excitement for Aloy. Yay, Aloy! Whoa, free character, 5-star! Whoa, yay, let's go, baby! Okay, now going into her talent, rapid fire. So her normal attack, I remember this now because I remember seeing this and be like, she is the most basic of basic characters. Her skills, you guys know, as time has gone on, character skills has started turning into small essays, especially with characters like Raiden Shogun and stuff like that. But with Aloy, it's so simple. It is so simple. She has 4 auto attacks, and also her skill is so simple. Her burst is so simple. Her skill is literally, you just kind of throw a little flask, a frost flask, right? And it hits initially, and then it can also explode a second time. As you can see, it leaves around these little things. So it's kind of like a Klee ult, but cryo. It's actually a pretty decent skill, and I'm seeing that it's giving a lot of battery. I understand that. I think Aloy is designed to be an on-hit cryo character, because she charges up her normal attacks, and once she charges them up a couple times, her attacks become infused with cryo. She's actually, if we're gonna strictly talk about on hit, then she's going to be our second on hit cryo carry. The first one being, of course, our queen herself, Ayaka. And we've all seen how successful Ayaka can be in the Spiral Abyss just from running freeze comps. And currently, I believe Ayaka's likely one of the most used units in Spiral Abyss, no matter what iteration. I mean, there's just something about making sure none of your enemies can move at all that just makes it a lot easier. Now, with Aloy, she not only has her on-hit ability being cryo, just like Ayaka, her burst also is a huge AoE cryo attack. Yes, it's not sustained on field like Ayaka, but then again, this is a free 5-star, right? We can't be making her too broken. Look at that, a little over 2 lines. This in game can literally just be like three lines of text. It's so easy. She just throws out this flask or this cell into the air, and she shoots it with cryo, and then it explodes in an area for cryo, right? It's gonna work out with Venti, gonna work out with Xingqiu, gonna love Bennett on her team, right? Or if you don't want Bennett, and you want to run the double crowd, then you're gonna love Diona on your team. That's a double 4-star comp along with the free. So this is gonna be a very free to play friendly comp as long as you have Venti. If you don't have Venti, substitute it for Sucrose, still gonna be a pretty bomb team if you ask me. Now, if we go down the rabbit hole of team comp variations, then we even have our favorite chef from Liyue. Xiangling is gonna pair superb with her. I think she and Ganyu can even make an insane death trap cryo vortex together. It just shows that the more simple a character is, the more likelihood you can pair her with all these other units, because there's no conditions, there's no what ifs, what nots. You gotta put your foot over your head and you gotta use your mouse in your left hand, right? There's none of that mumbo jumbo. It's just press this to do that. I love it. All right, so let's go back to talking about her on hit, because there's quite a bit of things that we got to talk about here. Now, this has many benefits, but mostly it's going to be in freeze teams, right? You don't really want to run reverse melt. I don't think there is a situation where you prefer reverse melt over actual melt. And right, with Ganyu, with characters like Rosaria, with characters even like Chongyun and Diluc, you can actually get consistent melt reaction. So already by that standard, reverse melt is gonna knock her down a couple pegs. But what I'm really interested in is the freeze team option here, especially if you have Xingqiu, a very solid force. So once again, who would have thought Xingqiu is going to be one of the best units to pair with another new unit? Oh my goodness, that caught me off guard. So yeah, Xingqiu with her seems to be very promising. But what else seems really promising are new weapon options. So if you guys remember, the Polar Star is going to be an on-hit weapon. I completely forgot about this. Polar Star sounds more like what should you call it? A cryo-centric name, right? Polar Star. Or am I getting something wrong here? I'm pretty sure the weapon is for Tartaglia, right? Is that weapon made for Aloy? I don't know at this point, because it's so perfect, is it not? It's so perfect for her. She's gonna be an on-hit character. I'm gonna be pulling for the Polar Star. I have every single one of them. I have the Thundering Pulse. I have Skyward Harp. I even have the Amos Bow. I'm gonna be testing the Polar Star against that, and especially for Tartaglia. While he is an on-hit character, he cannot sustain it for too long. I mean, yeah, 10 seconds is fine. So depending on how long Aloy's infusion window lasts for, I'm actually really now interested in her DPS potentials. I'm sure we can get some crazy numbers, right? Unless her scaling is just bad. But there are some people who already have Aloy. I have yet to look at any of her videos showcasing her. I just don't want to get too biased when I'm going in testing out a new character. Now, one of the biggest things that I do have to worry about regarding Aloy is stacking her coil. Now, while it is powerful, how you stack it is when a freeze bomb or chill water bomb hits an opponent, the opponent's attack is reduced and Aloy receives 1 coil stack. Aloy can gain up to 1 coil stack every 0.1 seconds. What about bosses, right? So it's going to be difficult to get into your infusion. If you are fighting a single unit, you're gonna have to get them to walk around a little bit, I'd imagine, to walk on all these tinier little cryo droplets from your elemental skill. But every single stack does increase her normal attack damage as well. Splendid character overall on the surface level. Now we gotta see her numbers and her application, right? I do think the simple characters do need to be shown a little more love from the community. Yeah, she's not that flashy, she's not that, you know, cool with her splash eye. She is a collab essentially unit for free, so that already devalues her. Whenever we get something for free, it's always devalued because everybody has it. You just don't feel like you're that special. But I'm gonna see what I can do for her, and I'm actually really curious to see what you guys are thinking about this unit as well. Please comment below, like, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Join my Discord, join my live streams Wednesdays and Saturdays. So I'll see you guys in the live stream tomorrow. Maybe I'll have her a little built by then already. Okay, till then, stay safe and peace.